Welcome to Fashion Anatomy, where we investigate and analyze beautiful garments from days gone by. Today we are going to look at this exquisite dress from the late 50s, early 60s from our Geneva collection. It's a beautiful green with a blue cast to it. It's a jacquard silk. The center front has a scalloped neckline. The shoulders extend to create a cap sleeve. It has French darts fitted to the waist with what looks like bows coming out of the side. While the skirt is not tight, it is straight. The skirt is pleated in the back. The back has vertical darts. The low back neckline mimics the front neckline. The back skirt is quite full, and let's look at the side. As you can see, the waistline angles slightly down in the back. This dress has a beautiful shaped neckline. It also has gussets under the arms. You can see the shape of the gusset. Here is a piece, and here's a piece. With the extended shoulder, the shoulder would end right about here. So this is somewhat of a cap. It has French darts originating about 1.5 inches above the waistline. Clearly the waist is shaped slightly. And interesting, I have a feeling this is made by the same woman that made the red satin dress. This piece is cut on the bias, and it goes from the waistline down, so it makes her look longer waisted than she actually is. The skirt has 2 darts on either side. These are fairly long darts. Let's look at the back. I love how the neckline in the back mimics the front. It has a tiny dart here, which would make it cling to the back better. Otherwise, it would stand away from the back. This way, it clings to the back. Is a better fit this way. And 2 vertical darts, a metal zipper, which tells me this is before 1963. The center back area it's gathered very tightly and then actually folded over on itself to create more volume. And just like the red dress, there's a partial bow, but it looks like the bow goes underneath the gathers. It does not. This placket I teach in my silk chiffon skirt lesson in the long playlist. I'll leave a link in the description box in case you want to see how they are made. This I absolutely love. This is a hidden placket. If the zipper were to go down this part rather than this underneath part, it would be stiff. There's actually this piece underneath that the zipper goes down, and it extends past that, which we often do in corsetry. That allows the wearer to get into the dress and then snap this little placket area, and the placket area floats over. If the zipper were here in the outer layer, it would show bulk and it would be closer to the body. This allows this piece to float. The gathered piece of the back is sewn into the seam, and there are no side seams. There is, again, a dart. It's made very similarly to how the red dress was made. So here's the sash, or the waist piece. It comes under and ends here. I can see the selvage. And then this folded piece, one loop to create a bow with the tie of the bow. So we have 4 layers right here, creating this bow effect. And interesting, the skirt is actually cut, so it probably created not a train, of course, but a bit of a gradual dipping down shape. The fabric is absolutely magnificent. Let's take a look inside. We can see that there is silk organza framing the entire piece. It's all sewn as one piece of fabric. I would call this interlining. The seams are pinked, the facings are turn and stitch, and there is hair canvas inside for interfacing. Isn't this interesting? I wonder what this is. A little piece of wiring. Ah, this is brilliant. This is a wire to help hold this shape together. Beautiful. Sequence of construction. The inserts for under the arm were certainly put in before the side seams were sewn. It has hem tape for hanging. Let's see if it has loops. It has lingerie straps, and an easy way to hang this would be to feed the loops through the lingerie straps and then hang the dress this way. The silk organza's in the skirt as well, and again, sewn as one fabric, which gives it much more body. There is Petersham ribbon covering the waist seam for protection, also helps hold it closer to the body. We can see the side waist to hip dart. I don't know how wide this is, but it would have been very wide and then pinked to trim it. I think the back is going to be most interesting. So there is hem tape first on the waist. Yes, it is in the front. The hem tape covers the seam, and then the Petersham ribbon is put on top, and it has a hook and eye. So that would be hooked first, maybe a tiny, tiny bit smaller than the dress to hold it close to the body, and then the dress would be zipped up. And this is the placket where the zipper's sewn. Such an interesting shape. It even has the silk organza with it. You can see that the silk organza is absolutely green. And this is like an ocean blue, and it has a green cast to it. This little ruffle is put in the back. It is actually part of the entire skirt. So in other words, the skirt went up and was cut this tall. It was rolled over. So if we look, this is where it's rolled over. And under the waistband, we'll go back there. Okay, as I mentioned, this back piece is sewn in, so you can't really see what's under here. But this piece went all the way up and was folded down, and it's hidden by this seam. The hem is massive. It has been hemmed. Look at this. The original hem was only about 1.5 inches, but this is about 4 inches. As hemlines changed, it probably was shortened. It may have been shortened after Geneva wore it, but this hem looks like it's been there a good while. And she may have shortened it as the styles changed and skirts got shorter in the later 60s. The organza went all the way up into the hem. And you can see what happens when a hem is wide and the skirt is very full. The edge of the hem is too wide to just turn up. So it was tucked, little tucks to make it fit, and stitched only to the organza. So you don't see stitch marks out here on the outside. This is really a beautiful dress and would have been worn to cocktail parties, the opera, orchestra, etc. This is a stunning dress. Our Geneva had beautiful taste, and it was an era where women dressed up even to go to the department store. Thank you for joining me, and see you next time.